I can't tell you what a pleasure it is to be
Happen, brothers. Hey, we're broadcasting this week from the William M. Jeffers Center for Safety, Wisdom, and Family Planning here at Car Talk Plaza.
I'm thrilled.
Do you remember William M. Jeffers?
Do I remember William F. Jeffers?
No, William. You don't, because it's William M.
William M. Jeffers. Yes, he was the man who instituted, man after my own heart, my hero, in fact. His picture hangs in my living room. Instituted the 35-mile-per-hour speed limit.
That's right.
During or prior to or somewhere around World War II.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. He did that, and it's in his honor that we have dedicated this wing in a prayer here at Car Talk Plaza.
This entire wing, the William M. Jeffers wing.
Can we take a call?
Sure. 1-800-332-9287.
Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hello.
Hi, who's this?
Scott Alexander. I'm from Newtown, Connecticut.
Hi, Scott. What can we do for you?
Well, I've got a 1990 Suburban with a diesel engine, and my problem is that I can't shut the engine off. And even when I turn the key off, even pull it from the ignition, my engine keeps running. And to make it even more curious, if I step on the emergency brake at that time, that will shut the engine off.
You sure of that?
Positive.
Yeah.
Positive.
Absolutely positive.
Absolutely positive.
You haven't considered having anyone look at this. I mean, you've been on hold for, what, 2.5 weeks now? Trying to talk to us?
It doesn't matter. I mean, if he has found a solution to his problem, so the rest of it is purely theoretical. I mean, why it's happening, how else he could shut off the engine is irrelevant. Right, Scott? All you care about is that you shut it off by stepping on the emergency brake.
Well, I'd like to have a way to shut it off when I turn the key off.
Yeah. I mean, you now know the derivation of the word dieseling.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's exactly what the engine is doing. It's dieseling, and gasoline engines do the same thing, and they call it dieseling, even though there's no dieseling involved.
Yeah, but it doesn't. The engine continues to run at a normal idle. It's not like it's sputtering to a stop. It's running for a couple of minutes.
The reason it's running is because the only way you shut off a diesel is to shut off the fuel.
Right. In a gasoline engine, which has spark plugs, the way that you shut off the engine is to stop the flow of electricity to the spark plugs, so no more combustion takes place and the engine stops. But in a diesel engine, you can't do that because it doesn't have any spark plugs, and it's running without benefit of something like electricity.
Maybe you could install spark plugs in this thing.
And then you could shut it off. So when you have a diesel engine, the only way you can make it stop running is to actually stop the flow of fuel into the cylinders, and then it will stop running. And that's what the key does. When you turn the key in a diesel engine, rather than shutting off the flow of electricity to the spark plugs, it shuts off the flow of gasoline.
By diesel fuel,
I'm sorry, of diesel fuel.
And it shuts off at the injector pump. It usually just there's a solenoid that gets closed.
Well, I had this into the dealer once, and they told me that I had a bad solenoid, and they wanted to replace the whole injector pump because the solenoid is connected right to that. They wanted to rebuild it for quite a high dollar amount.
Oh, and you said forget it?
Well, the reason I said forget it is that I subsequently determined that during this time that my key is off and the engine is still running, if I walk out to the front of the engine and pull the wire off where it goes into the fuel shutoff solenoid,
it shuts off.
Shuts off.
Sure.
What's happening is the electricity isn't getting shut off to it.
Right.
Why don't you just put a toggle switch in?
Well, that was a very clever diagnostic procedure that you used.
But the thing that I can't figure out is why does stepping on the emergency brake shut it off?
Yeah, well,
Where do I look for an electrical problem?
We've been trying to make small talk here for 10 minutes just so we could figure that out. And I don't have the faintest idea. In fact, I don't think you're right. I don't think it could possibly happen.
What, he is, of course he's right. You think he made this up?
No, it might be just coincidental.
No. You could sit there all day and it would run all day. Is that true, Scott?
Sometimes it'll shut off in, say, 1 minute, but I've had it go 5 minutes and then step on the brake and it shuts off. So whether it would go all day or not, I'm
all right,
sure.
So you've done a pretty good test.
But no matter when you step on the brake, it shuts off immediately.
Bingo, huh? It doesn't have, there's no delay involved there?
No. Right. Shuts right off.
Okay,
right,
if I had to guess.
I'm going to have to accept your estimation of this.
If I had to, and I'm going to have to.
Yeah.
I'd have to say, I have no idea.
No, if you were going to guess.
I don't even have a guess.
You don't have to have a... Here's a guess.
All right, go ahead.
General Motors, in its infinite wisdom...
I don't like it already.
General Motors, in its infinite wisdom, has added another switch
Or like a fail-safe.
A fail-safe device such that when you step on the emergency brake, the parking brake, it also shuts off the flow of fuel.
This may be, if you read the owner's manual, does it ask you to hold your finger on the side of your nose?
And up the chimney you go. No, I mean, that could be. I mean, it's not. I admit, it's a guess, but I can't think of any other natural phenomenon by which the flow of fuel would be interrupted when you stepped on the handbrake. Makes no sense.
Well, the only thing I can think of is that you are somehow moving a wire that's dangling down underneath there, or somehow you're doing something by the motion of the pedal, and that's doing it. Boy, is that pretty lame, huh?
Well, it is lame. Boy, these are two of the lousiest excuses for answers that we've ever come up with.
Does this happen if the windows are rolled up?
I haven't made that correlation.
Yeah.
Well, geez, Scott, look, when you find out more about this, like the answer, please call us.
Yeah, this is a mystery to me. I mean,
He says that with every call.
Actually, I kind of like your guess here. That when you step on that parking brake device, and don't forget, lots of things are happening when you do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be that the brake cable which operates the parking brake might be moving a wire which is sort of loose someplace, and therefore completing a circuit, and the thing works. I mean,
Well, this would only happen if the planets were all in alignment. We don't know, Scott.
we have no idea.
But we gave it a hell of a try, didn't we?
Well, I appreciate your effort anyway.
All right, thanks for your call.
Okay. thank you.
Bye-bye.
Boy,
Brightened up my whole
I
day.
love mysteries like that.
1-800-332-9287. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hi, my name is Doreen, and I live in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Hi,
Hi.
Doreen.
I got an 86 Toyota Tercel, and the left front wheel on it gets very hot. I've taken it to a mechanic who checked the brakes out and has determined that it's not the brakes, and
nuts.
has no further ideas and thinks it might be within the realm of normal. But I don't think so. It's awfully hot.
Well, if it's more hot than the right front wheel,
Much.
then it is by definition not normal.
Yes.
Because the wheel on the right side didn't get abnormally cool, right? You don't find ice cubes floating around it, right? So, I mean, if he thinks that one of them is too hot and it's normal, well, he's not normal, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't think it got hot for him. It is an intermittent problem.
Aha! So we can't blame him.
Yeah. Well.
So maybe it was normal when he was
See,
there.
you were quick to
I
indict.
was quick to indict. I admit that. And I apologize to him or her, whoever he or she may be.
Now, you said that this...
So what did this jerk do?
You said this mechanic checked the brakes. How did he check the brakes?
Okay, he took both front wheels off and compared the wearing on the pads. And he also told me that the rotor didn't show any signs of being overheated.
Yeah, that's good. So he's not such a jerk. Why are you so critical of him? How do you know that this left front wheel is too hot? What made you even check it?
Okay.
You were walking
I
past
pulled
it?
off the freeway and stopped at a stop sign that just happened to be in a puddle of water, and the cloud of steam that developed there made me think the car was on fire.
Oh, no, that's normal.
So that's your reason for thinking it's overly heating up.
Yeah, well, then I went, I felt the that wheel and then the right wheel, and I could barely touch the left wheel, and the right wheel was just fine.
Oh,
No.
even though the left wheel had recently been doused in water, it was still hotter than the right wheel.
Very much.
Okay, so we will accept.
We'll accept your evidence.
We will accept the
Okay.
evidence that, in fact, it is overheating, but I don't think your mechanic went far enough.
Okay.
What I think is likely to be happening is the caliper is sticking. The slides on the caliper are sticking. And it would have to stick quite a bit before it wore out the pads peculiarly.
Right. It may be that this just started happening, and he wouldn't notice any difference in the pads or any difference in the rotor, one side versus the other,
Okay.
because it only happened recently.
Ask him to take the caliper off and make sure the two slides are free, and he can lubricate them.
Right.
How many miles on this heap?
52,000.
52?
Mm-hmm.
You're probably going to need a caliper.
Okay.
That's my guess. But
Yeah.
maybe he can fix it. But get it fixed. You don't want hot brakes.
Well, I'm afraid that if a piece of paper gets up in there somehow, I'm going to have a fire. It's really...
Oh, you don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
No.
No, there are a lot hotter things on the car that could start fires.
All right.
Oh, yeah, any number of things could start a fire in
Oh,
this
gee,
car.
thanks.
I wouldn't be worried about the brakes. And
Okay.
it's going to get...
Actually, I was driving in a car one day, and I drove into a big puddle like that, and It wasn't the brakes. It was the catalytic converter that suddenly got itself submerged. And you want to see some steam come pouring out of under the underside of your car. Boy, you get that catalytic converter covered with water. It was exciting.
It is. He does it every week now.
It probably smells great, too.
It does.
Yeah, it does. So have him take a look at it, Doreen, and tell him that you're convinced that there is something wrong, and you want him to take it apart and just clean it up and lubricate everything, and everything will be hunky-dory.
Okay.
Thanks for
As
your
hunky
call.
as it can get in Minneapolis.
It's hunky, yeah.
See you later.
Well, it's been a good month here, though.
Well, it's going to get worse. Don't worry.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Good luck, Doreen.
Bye-bye.
Hey, the Puzzler answer and more calls are coming up right after this. This message comes from NPR sponsor eBay Motors. It doesn't matter if your car is brand new or a vintage rumbler. There's always room to make improvements to take it to the next level and make it feel a little more like you. But how do you know where to go to find the right parts to do that? Well, eBay Motors has all the right parts at the right prices. Well, what does that mean? Well, it means they have 122 million parts, all at your disposal. So whatever you want to do to your car, you'll be able to find exactly what you need at ebaymotors.com. Let's ride.
Hey, it's time to find out how George Bailey did it.
Huh? Did I miss something again?
Last week's puzzler, remember?
No, I can never remember it.
Well, imagine this scene, remember? A pharmacy with a grizzled old pharmacist hasn't shaved in about a week.
Oh,
And he's got his young assistant, who?
Yeah.
George Bailey,
George Bailey.
unpacking a shipment of pills. They're like 20 bottles of pills, something
This
like
is
that.
just a story called The Monkey's Paw.
No. Each bottle has a couple of hundred pills in it.
Didn't Edgar Allan Poe write this
and
story?
each of the pills is supposed to weigh like 5 grams.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's a very small pill. 5 grams.
Yeah, all right, 500 grams.
Knowing that it takes 454 grams to make a pound, right? That means 90 of these pills would only make a pound.
Yeah, that's about right.
That's about what a pill weighs, about 5 grams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
500 milligrams, right?
500 milligrams is a half a gram.
Half a gram. That's a big pill,
That's a tough
right?
pill to swallow, I
This is
think.
5,000 milligrams.
Yeah, 5 grams. These pills weigh
These are
5.
huge. These are for horses.
These are horse pills. Yeah, so what's the point? What's the point?
Well, he puts the pills on the shelf, and then the next day a telegram comes, okay, and it says that the pills have been mismanufactured somehow, and that some of the pills in one of the bottles,
Oh,
all
yeah.
of the pills rather, in one of those bottles weigh a gram too much. So each of the pills in one of the bottles.
Weighs what? 6 grams instead of 5. I got it. Okay, I remember this. I
Okay.
remember this now.
Now, you'd have to put this on a very delicate analytical balance, and if you weighed one pill from one bottle and one pill from another bottle, it would be very time-consuming. Okay,
Especially if you're a pharmacist and
So-
you got more important things to do, like
so the old crotchety old pharmacist
make a sarsaparilla for somebody.
assigns the job of finding the faulty pills to who?
George Bailey.
George
Did
Bailey.
I get it right?
Right. And he happens to have tickets for the MC Hammer show that night, so he wants
He wants out.
He wants out. He wants to
says-
find the fastest way possible.
Right. Let me guess. He says I can do this with one weighing.
Right.
Got it.
So he takes the analytical scale.
Yeah. This is
Blows
not
the dust
this is not
off
a
of it.
balance now, correct? This is a scale that tells how many
Very
grams
accurate
things weigh.
scale.
Very accurate scale. Right.
Right. You put stuff on, and a little gauge says
Tells you 5 grams.
it weighs 5 grams.
Yeah.
Okay. So he does that. He takes one pill out and he puts it on. He says, 5 grams. He checks it. Okay. How does he do it with one weighing?
Trivial. Even I knew this one. Did we get a million answers to this that were correct? Of course. See?
All right. Well,
That's all right.
the answer is he takes one pill from the first bottle, 2 pills from the second bottle, 3 pills from the third, 4 pills from the fourth, and if you add it up, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 10, you'd wind up what, 55?
50. It should weigh 55 grams. Right.
No, 55 times 5.
Times 5.
275 grams.
Right.
Right? They should weigh 200.
Should.
Should weigh 275 grams.
And what if it weighed like 276?
Then you'd have one overweight pill, and you'd know it came from what?
Bottle number 1. Or curtain number 1.
Or door number 1.
Door number 1.
If it weighed 278, you'd know you'd have 3 overweight pills, and
Yeah.
they came from what? Bottle number
Third
7.
bottle. That's
Right?
very clever.
Bottle number 3.
I will admit that is a very clever solution, but it so happens that everybody knows the answer. But that's okay.
Okay.
Because you know who
Do
knew
we have
the
a winner?
answer? Ellie Cooch from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, knew the answer, and as partial compensation for having all her friends know that she's crazy enough to listen to this show, she's going to get an autographed copy of our new mediocre book, Car Talk, which the critics have been raving about. We're going to have a new puzzler in a little while, which might be even better, I hope.
No, it will.
Than this
You'll
one.
see. The new one will be quite good. In the meantime, if you'd like to call us, the number is 1-800-332-9287. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hello, this is Alberto.
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 Calling from Salt Lake City.
Is this a Spanish Alberto or an Italian Alberto?
Spanish Alberto.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, listen, guys, I really need your help in resolving the conflict here at home, and I really am really eager to hear your
A
advice.
conflict with, shall we say, with the little woman?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
My wife is dead serious about buying a Volvo, and this is definitely going to ruin my image. I'm a professor of sociology, and I talk about issues of racial inequality and all these things related to our society, and I can't see myself driving around in a Volvo.
Right. Anything as bourgeois as a Volvo.
Yes, can you believe that? So, I mean, I wish you could just kind of help me in your mechanical knowledge.
Yeah, I think the expression is our infinite wisdom, Alberto.
Yes.
Our infinite wisdom.
Yes.
Well, what do you drive now to
Well,
solve
I
this?
have a Volkswagen Golf. And actually, see, my wife says I suffer from Farfennugan.
And she thinks, and you think a Golf is okay.
I think a Golf's okay. I mean, you know, it's an '85. It has a couple of dings in it, and some of the paint's coming off, so that's not bad. And it's a compromise. And actually, I told her I wouldn't mind buying another Volkswagen, but she's dead set on a Volvo because she says it's such a great car.
So you're afraid of being seen about town. I mean, you would never take the Volvo to campus. You would each have your own car?
You got it. I would not. I refuse to drive the Volvo.
Well, I mean,
How about if it were all banged up and had like paisley contact paper on the sides?
Well, that's not a bad idea.
that wouldn't be bad. I mean, how
guess
deep
not.
do your feelings go, Alberto? I mean, is this just a facade that you're trying to perpetrate, or do you really, deep in your soul, believe that you should not be driving around in a bourgeois car like a Volvo?
You feel it's socially unconscious.
No, it's deep in my soul because I think I'm going through a serious identity crisis here. I mean, if she really goes out and buys this, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, this is a serious problem.
Yeah.
See,
Why
this,
don't you tell my wife how terrible the car is and how expensive the parts are? And
well, it's so.
She wants to buy a brand new one, I
you
take
got
it.
it.
Oh, yeah, they are expensive.
Okay.
Well, I mean, there are lots of arguments that she could make. Okay. Let me just I'll just play, as we say, devil's advocate here.
Okay.
I mean, you may think that this car is the car of the bourgeois,
Okay.
but the truth of the matter is she wants this car because of its safety.
Right.
I mean, what's more important? I mean, think about, if you want to talk about racial inequality, talk about the inequality that results if you have to spend the rest of your life in an iron lung or in a wheelchair or some such thing. She's saving us from all of that, all the social cost related to not surviving, but wishing that, you survive an accident, but you wish you hadn't. So she's saying that this is the answer to that. She will survive, and she will go on to do wonderful things for humanity.
You, on the other hand, with your Golf, will not survive.
That's right, and we'll be rid of one more capitalist. See, this is
Then how do I explain this to my students then?
Yeah, well, that's the second issue. I just wanted to get some idea of how deep this goes. I mean, what if? Let's just take a hypothetical case.
Okay.
What if you won the 500 SL convertible Mercedes?
Uh-huh.
This car costs $100,000.
Yeah.
Now, what would you do with it? Would you not drive it?
No, I think a Mercedes. No, see, Mercedes has a different image for me. I'm originally from California, and a Volvo I think of just yuppie.
I got it.
culture.
I've got it.
So the Mercedes would be okay, you hypocrite. You drive the Mercedes.
Yeah,
Huh?
that's okay.
Sure. See, he would drive the Mercedes, but he won't
You
drive
know why?
the Volvo.
Because the Mercedes is cool. The Volvo isn't cool.
Yeah, so it's not a matter of racial inequality, is it? It's a matter of cool versus
Nerd.
nerd. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
The Volvo is kind of nerdy.
It sure is.
What does your wife drive right now?
She's actually driving the Golf, but she's just really wanting to get this other car, and she really wants to to abandon the golf, I think.
Yeah, so I mean, what's it got to do with you anyway? Why are you sticking your nose into this discussion
Right,
at
let
all?
her buy her damn Volvo.
Right, you can drive your stupid little Golf if that's what you want to do and make all the students think that you're cool and let your wife drive around in her Volvo. And you don't have to toot the horn when you see her. Make believe you don't know her. She probably doesn't want to know you anyway.
Well, I'm with your wife. I think she should buy her Volvo.
I am too.
Buy it, huh?
Absolutely. I'm 100% on your wife's side.
Okay, well, this is terrible, folks.
Yeah, we know.
You guys, because I thought you would be on
We
mine.
thought we'd be on your side, but again, we didn't come through, and we've
Well, that's
disappointed
okay.
lots of people.
All right.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
good luck,
What's your
Alberto.
last name, Alberto?
Polito.
Lido.
Yeah, Polito.
Polito.
Pulido. Oh, we want to make sure your students know. So
Oh,
see you later, man.
hey, thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Take care, bye.
We'll be right back with more calls and the new puzzler after these messages. Support for NPR comes from Discover, with a message about customer service and common sense. When you have credit card questions, it's nice to have them answered by a real person, someone who can actually understand your issues and work to resolve them. In other words, what you don't need is a robot. And that's why Discover offers helpful U.S.-based representatives available 24/7. No wonder they call it live customer service. Discover, exceptionally common sense.
Clack the Tappert Brothers, and we're here to answer your questions.
Hey,
Any questions? Cars, car repair, and also the most important thing for this season, the color availability of Bronco Nagurski long underwear. Do you remember?
Do you? What? Do I remember what?
Do you remember the name of the druggist in last week's puzzler?
George Bailey.
No. George Bailey was the druggist's helper.
Oh, who was his
grizzled
boss?
old druggist.
Sure, Peterson. Peterson the druggist.
Oh. Just asked.
No, I don't.
Well, I happen to remember, but I'll
Of course,
tease
you've
you with
seen
it.
the movie 100 times.
108.
Hey,
Mr. Gower.
Mr. Gower.
drug.
Marge and Gower champion.
All right. Well, that was just the setup for
That's
this
the
puzzle.
Yeah.
We thought we'd
Another pharmacist puzzle?
exactly the same puzzle
Same puzzle.
with a little twist. Well, I'll just state this as if there were no puzzle last week.
That's the best approach.
A grizzled old pharmacist. Oh, here it is. You have a drugstore in which you have all these bottles of pills that are a shipment of pills has arrived.
Yeah.
Okay, just like last
Have
week's
you been
puzzle.
sick? Is that why
Okay.
this concentration lately on
I
pills?
think I got pills. I don't know, a couple of 100 pills, 300 pills, 400 pills in each bottle. Big bottles, okay? And last week's puzzler was you had one bottle of pills where the pills were faulty. They were overweight,
Overweight.
okay? So you had to figure out with one weighing on your fancy analytical scale, you had to figure out a clever way to weigh the pills with one weighing and determine
At a glance, which bottle was the one with the
Okay.
defective
and you
overweight
knew,
pills?
Right, and you knew that a good pill weighed 5 grams and a bad pill, an evil pill,
Evil.
weighed 6 grams.
Yeah.
Okay, you got that?
I got it. I remember it very well.
And you were told that there was only one bottle that had faulty pills. And the solution was to take 1 pill from the first bottle, 2 pills from the second bottle, 3 pills from the third,
Right.
etc. Okay?
So if you were like 6 grams overweight, you knew that it was the 6th bottle. 2 grams overweight, you knew it was the 2nd bottle. A very clever solution. Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed. Now what?
Indeed. Well, now you get the telegram that says you might have, let's say you have 7 bottles of pills. Six bottles.
Let's say 6.
Okay, 6 bottles of pills. Doesn't make any difference. It could be any number.
Any number. Well, let's say 6.
It could be any, but let's say you have 6 bottles of pills, and there could be any number of bottles that have faulty pills.
Ooh. So the good bottles have pills that weigh 5 grams each. But either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or maybe all 6 bottles have pills in them that weigh 6 grams.
Well, the entire contents of the bottle would have
Right.
faulty pills.
The entire
So
contents.
there wouldn't be a faulty pill in the bottle.
Correct.
There
It
would
would
be
be-
an entire
Right.
bottle. In other words, the whole bottle, not just some of them, but the
Right.
whole bottle would be filled.
But it could be any
Imagine-
number of bottles.
Yeah, but they would look like the regular pills, you see?
Sure, because
They would look like the 5 gram
you're
pills, but
hard
they'd really
pressed
be 6 gram
to
pills.
tell the difference between 5 grams and
Right.
6 grams
Now, the
by
whole
looking.
bottle, it wouldn't be any portion of that bottle.
I got it. What's the question?
There was a question?
Well, it is a puzzler.
The question is, how can George Bailey,
Yeah, or Mr. Gower.
Mr. Gower, how can anyone do this with one weighing? Or can it be done?
Can it be done with one weighing to determine if any of the bottles have defective pills in them and which ones?
Has.
No, any. It could be any. Have. In this case, any is plural because it could be one bottle.
Any's.
Could be one bottle that has defective pills, or it could be all 6 of them,
Or anything between.
or anything in between, or none, or none.
Right.
How could you do this? Is that the question? How can you do this? No, 2-part question. A, can you do this with one weighing? Part 2, how?
If you think you know the answer, send it to Puzzler Tower, Car Talk Plaza, 630, that's 630 Commonwealth Avenue, Boston,
Our fair city.
Massachusetts, 02215. And if you win, you'll win a great prize.
Yeah, sure.
1-800-332-9287. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
This is Malka.
Malka?
Yes,
I got it. Where are you from?
I'm from San Francisco.
Oh,
What's up?
I have a 1983 Toyota Tercel that has 125,000 miles on it. It seems to be smoking, and my mechanic, Mrs. Singh, who I follow religiously,
Mr.
says that I
Singh.
need a ring job.
Well, she should know.
Well, she should.
Except-
So, what should I do? She said it would be about $1,500, and it might mean that I should be thinking about buying a new car.
Malka, if this doesn't mean you should be thinking about buying a new car, I don't know what would mean that.
Yeah, I mean,
Anyone
are
who
you-
would even vaguely consider doing a ring job on an 83 Tercel is going to need a lot
Well,
of
how
psychiatric
bad
help.
is is it a voluminous blue cloud behind you?
No, it's not that bad. Although it's leaking oil, it's causing other things.
It's leaking oil. Are you driving this car as like a form of protest or something?
Look, you guys, I've been listening to you guys for a long time, and you always advocate hanging on to your old car.
I know,
Yeah,
but hanging on and lingering are two different things.
No, I mean, gee, first of all, I've never liked Tercels because they're too damn small. I couldn't pass that opportunity
No,
up, could I?
no,
I couldn't.
I saw that.
And, I mean, a Tercel, good. You know, Tercels are very popular in California. Must be a lot of cheapskates in California. Is that true? Are you a cheapskate, Malka?
I'm a cheap. Why do you think I'm asking you this question? Of course I'm a cheap.
Well, the Tercel, oddly enough, has replaced
The Chevette.
the
That's the car of
I
choice.
realize-
Volkswagen Beetle.
You know, I was thinking just today. There I was
He
walking down
usually
the street.
thinks about once a week.
I was walking down the street minding my own business, and I walked by a Beetle. And I realized how big a Beetle is in today's environment. It used to be a little car, but now it's big. And I said, gee, maybe it's time for a resurgence of the Beetle. All they need to do is make it pass the EPA tests, I said. And then I said, oh, but what about safety? And I wondered, how would the Beetle fare in a crash test?
We're not talking about Beetles.
Oh,
Malka
you brought
wants
up Beetles, not me.
Malka wants to know if she should do a ring job.
Well, first of all, you got to determine how badly you need the ring job.
So there's a certain. I mean, it's not just a ring job or not a ring job.
No, a ring job, I mean, whether or not you need a ring job is a function of how badly the rings are leaking, so to speak. Just like, I mean,
Well-
you don't necessarily need all operations. Like my brother needs a nose job, but I don't. But my nose could certainly be improved by a nose job, but his is in a desperate situation.
My brother broke my nose when we were boys. He broke it with a baseball,
So it's a matter of
hurled at high speed from a small distance.
You should have caught it, you wimp.
And that's why I sent his sleek black ambassador to the crusher.
Is that why?
Yes,
You
to
never
pay
told me
you
that
back
before.
for breaking my nose.
Yeah, lousy
That
nose.
hurt, Tommy.
It was a mistake. I thought you could catch. What was the question? Oh, it's a matter of degree. I mean, how badly it needs a ring job is a function of how bad the rings are. You can have rings which are a little bit bad, like my nose, or you could have rings which are traumatically bad, like my brother's nose. And that would determine how close you are.
Here's the real question. Does it pass or will it pass the smog test?
That is a very good question.
Isn't
Yeah,
it? Why
well,
don't you
that's the
go
key-
for one tomorrow?
That's the key test.
You can go for a smog test anytime.
Sure, you got nothing
Wear
better
your
to
dark
do.
glasses so they won't know who you are.
This is okay. Let me ask you this then: if it passes the smog test, is that all we care about here?
That's about all we care about, yeah. If it passes the smog test, then the only other issue is how much oil you're wasting.
Okay.
But that's probably a very, very small amount in the grand scheme
How
of
much
things.
oil do you add per tankful, or is it even that much? Would you add?
So not enough. But Mrs. Singh says that I have to look at the tank every other day.
The oil?
Yeah, look at the oil.
Check the oil every other day.
Yeah.
But wait a minute. We also know you have a leak.
The head gasket is leaking.
Oh, fix the head gasket because that might be the major source of loss of oil. So fix the head gasket, or at least ask Mrs. Singh if she thinks it's worth fixing the head gasket, and then check to see how much oil you're using. But the smog test is the first thing to do. If you flunk the smog test miserably, then don't even slow down. Drive directly to the boneyard and just leave this car there
Leave it running.
with the engine running, and somebody will come by and take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Well, another hour of NPR's Car Talk has mercifully come to an end. Our producer is Doug Lavoisier Berman. Our assistant producer is Donald Wheelhouse Jennings. Our engineer is Jennifer Connie Loeb. Our technical advisor is John Bugsy Lawler. Wake him up so he can hear this. Is he here?
Bugsy!
Our dean of the Department of Automusicology is Ken Babyface Rogers. The manager of the Tappet Brothers Capital Depreciation Fund is Les Ismore.
Great man.
Our public opinion pollster is that great man of science.
Even greater man, yes.
Yes, he is indeed.
You know, you keep calling him Paul Murky, but his name is J. Paul Murky.
Oh, I thought it was Murky Paul.
Like J. Paul Getty.
Oh, yeah.
J.
I got it.
Paul Murky.
Our automotive medical researcher is Dr. Denton Fender. Our staff transportation coordinator is Rick Shaw. Our staff composer is Bela Kartok. Our director of long-range strategic planning
Yes,
is
we just hired her.
Kay Sarah. Our chief legal counsel is Hugh Lewis Dewey of the law firm of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe, known to his friends on the bench as Huey Louie Dewey. We're Click and Clack, the Tappet Brothers. Thanks for listening. Don't drive like a knucklehead. Wear your seatbelt, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye. This is NPR, National Public Radio.